In this tutorial, we'll continue exploring the use of brushes in Adobe Illustrator. And I'm planning to show you how to draw a seascape. I will start by creating a sky. I will choose Rectangle tool, create rectangle. For the next step, I'm going to apply gradient. I will find gradient tool inside of the toolbar, double click on it to open gradient window, and I'm going to click inside of a gradient editor to apply color. To change color, I will double click on one of the sliders, change color to blue, and I will keep second color as white. And for last step, I'm going to change angle to 90 degrees. And I will lock it for convenience. And you can lock it by selecting it and choosing option Object Lock Selection. For the next step, I want to create some rocks. I'm going to choose Ellipse tool and create some round shape. I will fill it with light gray color. Then I'm going to duplicate this shape. And for the copy, I'm going to change color to lighter shade of gray. Then I'm going to select both shapes and I will go to Object, Blend, Blend Options. I will choose option Specify Steps and I will enter 8 for the steps. Then I will go to option Object, Blend, Make. And I get quite realistic effect of the rock. Now for the second rock, let's complicate things slightly. And I will start with the same elliptical shape. Then in a toolbar, I will find Warp tool. With Warp tool, I'm going to slightly change the shape of the rock, making it more realistic and not as symmetrical. And I will choose different shade of gray, perhaps a little darker. Then again, I'm going to duplicate the shape, slightly scale it down, change color to lighter shade of gray. Again, select both shapes and go to option Object, Blend, Make. I want to create a variety of rocks, and to make it easy, I just going to duplicate rocks already created, scale them down. Then I will go to Edit, Edit Colors, choose option Adjust Color Balance. I will click on Preview, and I'm going to play with color a little. The same I will do for other two rocks I created. Now I'm going to scale them all down. After that, I will open Brushes panel. You can find it under Window Brushes. Then I select all the rocks I created and drop it inside of Brushes panel. I will choose option Scatter Brush. And for now I will click OK. For next step, I will select Brush tool and start brushing rocks. Rocks will not look good right away, so I need to add some modifications. I will draw marquee selection to select all the graphics I created. Then I will double click on Scatter Brush. I will click on Preview and I will start modifying my rocks. First, I will randomize the size by changing size from fixed to random and setting sliders to different percentage. This will give me variety in sizes. The same I will do for spacing. I will randomize the spacing. Also, I will randomize scatter and I will randomize the rotation. I will click OK to accept new settings and click on option Apply to strokes. Now my rocks looks more realistic, however I need to do a couple of more adjustments. I will move rocks I already created slightly more to the bottom part of my graphics. Then again I will select brush tool and I will reset size of my stroke to smaller number, say 0.5 points. Again, make sure that I have scatter brush selected and I will create the new strokes with smaller size strokes. This will give me effect of the perspective. And then again, I'm going to reset size of the stroke even to smaller number. And again, I will create a couple of more lines, creating far away rocks. And if you want, you can create even larger size rocks by setting number to larger, like say 2 points. This kind of rocks most likely going to be located more to the bottom of your graphics. And now it's time to add the ocean. To do this, we're going to use some of the library brushes. To find them, go to Window, Brush Libraries, Artistic, Artistic Watercolor. And the best brushes are located in the bottom of the list. Particularly last 4 ones works quite well for what we're going to do now. I will take line segment tool and I will create straight line. Then I'm going to change color to shade of blue and click on one of the watercolor brushes. You might want to increase size of a stroke to a larger number. And then you can locate your water brush to appropriate place on your canvas. And you can switch on several different brushes looking for the better result. And I think watercolor stroke number 3 works quite well. So I'm going to place it somewhere on the top of rocks. Then I will create another line segment from side to side of my graphics. And I will choose different watercolor stroke. And again, if you need, you can increase the size, or opposite, you can decrease the size. So I'm going to create 3 different strokes through my graphics, applying different watercolor brush to each one of them. And then slightly adjusting allocation, and if you need size and color. Now I'm going to add some clouds. I will select brush tool, change color of stroke to white, and in the brushes panel I will click on option create new brush and I will choose bristle brush. I will increase size of a brush, a little bit length, and I'm going to bring opacity slightly down to 50%. After that I'm going to paint some clouds. And if you need, you always can adjust your brush by double clicking on it inside of brushes window. Make sure you click on preview and then you can increase the size and maybe decrease in opacity to make clouds slightly more realistic. Now I'm going to trim my graphics. First I will go to option Object Unlock All. Then I will go to option Select All. We'll go to Object Group to group everything I created. Then I will take Rectangle tool and create rectangle slightly smaller than my graphics. And I will fill it with white color. Then again I will go to option Select All, and after that to option Object Clipping Mask Make. And for final touches, you can add any details you want. I'm going to open my library and place some boats. and maybe some seagulls. And of course, you can always use imagination and add any graphics you like.